Before that, I fixed their lawnmowers, I fixed their Kubota tractor, I fixed their golf carts, their construction trailer. I did everything for them, anything that they asked, because that's what neighbors do. So that's how the story started. And in June of 2014, I received a notification from my daughter that the sheriff's office was here and that there was a petition that I needed to pick up and that a civil suit had been filed against me. I built the place that we're sitting in right now in November, I believe, of 2007 is when I built the shell of the pole barn. When I sold the property out front, I took that money and did $20,000 of upgrades to my home, spent the other nearly $65,000 on the shell of what you see behind you. I've never run a business. I've been accused of running a business time and time again. And as I was going to the planning and zoning to see what complaints that were being made against me, because inspectors were stopping out here randomly to check on the building to see if I was doing anything illegal, they never found anything wrong. And they said their documentation was at planning and zoning, so I went in and I saw Lawrence Lank and his crew, and I read the things that they were complaining about. They were just the common things that you do when you help a friend. I happen to have a lot of friends, and when you have a lift and it's winter time and a friend needs to change his oil, certainly don't want to do it on the ground, they would come here.
Why has it been 2 years and 2 months and still no decision? The decision is a simple ruling code enforcement ruling on the law. Nothing else. We're not asking for changes. We're not asking for anything extra. We're simply asking them to enforce their own county codes. And when we submitted all this information in the court case, there are pictures of over 14 county code violations alone in that building that he has done illegal and improper, and a lot of them are safety issues. The judge's thought is, well, if it's not your building, what are you worried about? It's not going to fall down on you. That's not the point. There's codes for a reason.
Well, to make the long story short is planning and zoning determined that I was not doing anything wrong and that I didn't have to have a license and that things should stay the way that they are. If things changed, then I would have to pursue another or a license again. And county council recommended the same thing that planning and zoning had recommended, but the clear words that they used is that Charles and his friends are allowed to continue to do the things that they're doing.
This is setting a precedent for building inspections and building codes not to be followed, and that they don't have to be followed unless somebody gets hurt. Well, that leaves the building codes wide open because no builder has to follow them unless somebody gets hurt.
The county council turned down his CU when he was asking for auto repair shop garage. They said no. No means no. Why are they still allowing him to do this?
I was accused of operating an illegal business. So I have a friend who's an attorney, and I asked him, I said, Clay, am I doing anything wrong? And Clay says, if you're exchanging money, then that's a violation of commercial code. Then that makes it a business. Whether I send a bill to someone, I have never done that. I don't have bills. I don't have a bill pad. I don't have a time clock. My goal here in this garage is to work with my friends that need a window regulator repaired on their car. So we don't exchange money. There's nothing going on here illegal that would elude anyone into believe that there is a business operating here.
Aside from the codes and all of the things we're talking about, I'm kind of thinking about the actual viewer who doesn't really know the codes. What is the real problem of what he's doing to you? The real reason that this is happening.
The real reason is the fact that if he gets away with it and he's still allowed to run this business,
everybody on this road is going to start.
Everybody on the street's going to do it, and what's going to stop them? They're going to say, well, you let him do it, I can do it. Where's the reasoning of following any of the county codes?
It's the immense amount of noise, the immense amount of traffic.
I don't make a lot of noise. I don't know what else can be done here. There's been signs placed up about me being the lawless one, and that Jesus Christ will kill me with the breath of his mouth. It has been a very angry situation.
They're coming in there and they're just using that garage as a public garage. And it is not the definition of a private garage in the code. It's the breaking of a law. And it's the non-enforcement of that law. And this is what we're trying to stop in Sussex County.
It's also going on down at the end of the street.
There's auto repair in the front yard.
The front yard. We haven't complained about it yet because we know what's going to happen. Our
If
letters
we-
will go in the trash.
Exactly.
'Cause
Our
it's-
complaints will go straight to file 13.
Their claim is they want the building torn down to 900 square feet. They want the judge to issue an injunction so that I can't even come in and out of my own garage doors. And that they want everything stopped, the things that me and my friends do.
Well, how far are you willing to pursue this?
We're taking it all as far
We're
as we
taking
can.
it all the way to the Supreme Court if we have to further.
All we're waiting for now is for this judge to make a decision. On all of this, as I said, it's cost us over $40,000. We will take it all the way to the Supreme Court. I mean, it's just ridiculous that one person can get away with so much and nobody does anything.
My problem is that this has cost me over $25,000 at this point. $25,000 to defend myself from what county council and what planning and zoning says that I've not done anything wrong.
It's that we as taxpayers,
True.
we pay our taxes loyally. Part of those taxes go toward enforcement. And yet, they come out here to look at his property, and right next door, there are so many violations of the code, and they don't see it. So they're not doing their jobs. The jobs we are paying them to do, they are not doing.
There's been no communication. They're unwilling to talk. The only thing that I ever get is the screaming, the yelling between the two parties that live together next door. And the resolve in this will be when a judge slams his gavel down and said enough is enough. And I believe that that's what he will find in the end.